Hello and welcome back here on my English YouTube channel about my Lego City project called Brickworld. And in today's update, as you can see it right now, we're going to add a new locomotive, the BR103. That's something we're going to add today with lights, with motor, of course, as you can see here. And that's a very special project in today's update, so stay tuned. Today's build is some special build because it's coming from a fan here from not so far away from my location here in Germany. And yeah, it's from Andy, and he created that BR103 locomotive here in Lego by itself. He bought all the parts, he bought all the light stuff, he bought all the stuff you need for motorizing it, and he all sent it to me for free as a special gift for Christmas. And as you can see here, it's a lot of stuff inside here. We are using motors from Mold King because they are very, very good motors. They have a lot of power, especially when you need a lot of power for powering up very heavy trains, as you can see them here in my Brickworld. And I have realistic scaled trains and locomotives, and they are very, very heavy, so we need a very good power. And of course, you can see some new minifigures and a lot of parts here. By the way, the design is a special color from that BR103. It's the Lufthansa airport shuttle version, so it's white and a kind of yellow. And yeah, that's a lot of parts here, and I'm very, very thankful that he also, we have to say, Andy sent me all the stuff. He also created an instruction for it. I have it here on a PDF file, and we're going to start here. And as you can see, we have more than 400 pages, so we have a lot of stuff to do. We need a lot of time for that, but at the end we are going to have a very nice looking locomotive, special designed for the Brickworld, and it's just a very, very well designed system. As you can see, I'm at step 23 now, and you can see now how big that locomotive will be at the end. It's the final size of the stuff, and it's a kind of symmetrical in the middle, so left and right side will be almost symmetrical. And as you can see here, we have already placed some chairs here, so we have a place for putting in a minifigure later here in our locomotive. But for now, we just need to work and go on and go on. A lot of steps are to be done, and that's the next step. I already started adding the motors here. As you might know from the beginning of the video, these are Mold King motors, and they're very powerful. At the end, there's going to be a battery box in the middle where you can see that hole, and we've also already installed the lights here on the left and on the right side. Also going to get their power from the battery box later on. And as you can see here, we are now at step 49, so a lot of stuff still to do here in that build, but I really, really love that build. It's a very special build, and I think it will fit perfectly inside the Brickworld. And as we can see here, I already started adding up the next parts here. You can see that white color, all the cables are inside here, so we have everything at the right location for installing the battery box later on, and already started with a lot of the detailing on the sides, and also starting working here on the cockpits on every side of that the locomotive. You can see these little cables running down, but later on you're not going to see them from the outside. And also can see that we have a very curved design at the both ends, and already installed some stuff here. As you can see, I also did a little mistake because I have a plate without these technic holes, so I have to remove these 2x4 plates once again and place them the right ones. I just not really looked into the instructions, just did it very fast, and I did not see that I have to use the parts with the technic holes inside. But as you can see right now, we're jumping a little bit forward to step 149, and you can see how everything fits now together. We have a very nice design here for the doors. It's a very intelligent design in my opinion, and also you can see how that curved front is being created now with different layers of parts that are not, you call it the snot technique. That means studs not on top, the studs are on the side. And then you can do some stuff you normally cannot do with just building bricks on top of each other. Yeah, that's how it looks right now. We are almost there to make the first test. But by the way, the battery box that is included in that package is not a battery box. It's a kind of stuff you can load with USB cable, and we are on step 181 right now. I'm loading up the battery, and as you can see here, we are almost done with the most parts of that very nice looking BR103. We have a very nice curved design here. I cannot stop saying it. I really like the design. Also like how the doors are installed here. And I really have to appreciate that is a very well designed, locomotive. And now it's time to put in the battery box you saw a moment ago, which is loading up, and then we can install our big parts here. These are the big parts where the Technic is installed for moving onward. We have 5. Okay, we have 6. How should I say it? We have 6 parts that are on the rail, but we have only 5 that are motorized. One is just driving by. We have some rubber band on everything, and that's the technique. I can just move it here on top with that little part sticking out. These are going to be placed inside and connected to our motors inside, and then we can just start making the first test. So we are just putting it on top of here, or it's not the top, it's of course underneath, but I'm just putting it on top because it's easier to install right now. The same part on the other side, these are completely the same, and it took a lot of time to build them up, but they do not only work very well, they also look very realistic. And we have now the remote control here, and so I can just test it here. I'm just testing here with the camera option. As you can see, everything is running very well, so we can really use it now. And before going on and building up the last parts, especially the roof part, we can put it in the brick world and make a little test run here. You can see the red lights on the back side, and on the other side we have white lights, of course. So lightning is also working. And now we can just make some tests running here on our course. As you might know, it's not a very long course, but okay, it's about 6 meters from one side. On the other side, we have, I think, 20 or 30 meters of, train tracks inside here, but the longest part is about 5 to 6 meters. So we can just go from outside here to the other side of the table. And as you can see, it runs very well, and of course also very fast. And that's not the fastest option I have right now. Just have to be careful not running down from the table from one side to the other side. So testing is okay. So we can stop here and put on the missing parts here, the complete roof with all the red parts here in the real life are taking the electricity from the overhead line. And that's a very nice design of the BR103. So if you want, just Google the BR103 and the Lufthansa optic, and then you'll get some picture that really look like that stuff we just created today. So thanks a lot to Andy. And now it's time to put that well done part here, that well done locomotive back on the train tracks. As you can see, I did a little mistake with the lights, so I have to do something against that in a future update. But for now, we can just use it without the third light. And that's a locomotive. And now we can make a test run once again with the fully done. And you guys can see it's running very fast. I just have to stop very often to not get too fast and risking to let it fall down from the table. And it's well designed, it's running well, and I think it's a very good locomotive for future testing of the digitalization of all that project. As you might know, we started digitalizing the signals. Next part is going to digitalize some of the switches, and then we're going to digitalize also the train tracks and the trains, of course. And just testing with 2 of the wagons we got some months ago from another fan. As you can see, it's no big problem to move these 2 wagons with our new BR103. And I just don't know what to say, but just showing you some of the test driving here, and I really like that. And I really like, as I said it before, the size. It's very realistic to the other size comparisons here in the brick world. And as you might know, it's one of my biggest goals to have a kind of scale that feels realistic. It is not often the realistic scale, but that's more a point of optical realism sometimes. And the trains are, I think, in a good size. And that new train here, the BR103, is also in a very good size, and just testing a little bit here from the left to the right side. And yeah, I just have to repeat myself and say a very big thanks to Andy, not far away from here. He's from Erlangen in Germany, and yeah, it's just a great design. Just testing it from another view here, as you can see here, and it runs just very, very smoothly, very well. And yeah, I just crashed here on the camera, but no problem. That's how it looks in the night mode if it's dark in the room and every light is on. And I really like the look here. And yeah, that's it for today. That was a very nice addition to the city. And yeah, next time I think we're going back to the train station itself. Our main big goal for the next couple of updates is especially to finish up all the missing parts in the train station building. It's very, very big building, about 2 meters wide. The biggest building in Brick World. One of the biggest buildings maybe of Lego ever done in, all over the world maybe. And that's our main goal, to do that in the next update. So stay tuned.